Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vanessa if you are new here. Now, I am currently going through all of my Catholic books and sharing them all with you. And the reason for the promptness of these videos is that I am in the process of moving. And due to this, I have to put a lot of my books away in storage just to make for an easier move. So I have to be really selective of the books that I'm going to carry along with me as I move into my new home throughout this next month. So right now I have a box of books that I am going to be packing away. So these books I would love to have on my bookshelf currently, but because I'm going to be studying other things throughout my next semester of school, I feel comfortable putting these books away for the time being, though I hope they're only put away for a few weeks, hopefully not longer than that. But if you're curious in seeing what books I have on my bookshelf, then just keep on watching. Also, please ignore how I look and how the stuff looks behind me. I'm really trying to get these videos out as soon as possible so that I can put these books away as soon as possible. So I may look a mess. I may be talking very quickly, and my room may be a mess as well. Just bear with me throughout these next few videos, but I want to share with you all my favorite Catholic books. So I actually have 3 of the same book in this box because I own so many copies of it that I feel comfortable putting a few away, but it's Why We're Catholic by Trent Horn. As you guys know, he is one of my favorite Catholic apologists, so of course I own as many copies as I can of his books. I have actually given out probably around 45 copies of Why We're Catholic by Trent Horn throughout the past year and a half because it's such a good book. I really suggest anyone who wants to learn about the Catholic faith or just wants to know just any little basic information about the Catholic faith, pick up this book. It explains why we believe in God, why we have a pope, all the stuff that you may have about the Catholic faith, any questions you may have. This book is a book for you. So I have one in this box, I have another one in this box, and I have another one in this box. And that's not even all the copies I own, but I just had to put 3 away at least. The next book I have is called 101 Questions and Answers on the Bible by Raymond E. Brown. Now, this book just answers questions about the Bible, reasons for believing or reading the Bible, the virginal conception, inspiration and historicity of the Bible, who Jesus knew, questions like that. This is a really great book to have, especially if you have any questions on the faith. I'm very sad that I have to put it away in my book box right now, but I'm hoping to see it again very, very soon. The next book I have is Surprised by Truth by Patrick Madrid. This is the 2nd volume in this book series. This one is always a good one to have. It's a good one to pass out to people if they have any questions about the faith or they want to hear other people's testimonies of how they came to the faith. This is a book for them. The next book I have is called Catholic Questions, Catholic Answers. This is one of the first books that I ever picked up when I was first diving into Catholic apologetics. This is one of my favorite books to have. This is one that I always recommend to other people. It's a really good book. It breaks down a bunch of things into little questions and then answers them in a page or 2. So really palatable information. I really love this book. I have 2 copies of it for that reason. The next book I have is Medical, Moral, and Pastoral Issues Today. So this one I picked up recently. This one just talks about how to respond to things about death, about questions like that, abortion, just questions that you can ask in a group setting, but you could also ask yourself and see what the church teaches on these topics and how we can respond to these issues today. This is super helpful, especially in today's dialogues that we are having. The next book I have is called Jesus Interpreted. This book I picked up for a classroom study. We were responding to this book by reviewing a book that my professor wrote in response to this book. So I decided I want to get down to the root and pick up what Bart Ehrman actually had to say. I really love Bart Ehrman, although we do not see eye to eye on Christianity at all. I really love the information that he offers to his readers, to his viewers. I believe he's a great debater. He's one of the best debaters that I like to watch because he actually stumps me a lot of the times. And what I love about the fact that he stumps me is that since I'm so comfortable in my faith, I know that I don't agree with him, but it gives me a little task of trying to prove him wrong. And so I really enjoy engaging with his work and reading his work. So I have Jesus Interpreted by Bart Ehrman. The next book I have is called What the Saints Never Said. I believe this is one of the only books of Catholic answers that I have bought for myself that haven't been gifted to me or haven't picked up at a thrift store. This one I bought for myself when I was at the conference last year. It's just one that I've never owned. I've never seen before in real life until I saw it at the conference, so I had to pick it up. And of course, it's by my favorite author, Trent Horn, so definitely had to pick it up. So this was a fairly new addition to my bookshelf over the past year. I'm pretty sure I already showed this book in my previous video, but I'm going to include it in this one anyways. This is called Absolute Relativism by Chris Steinbeck. This one was also given to me by the Catholic Answers crew. I believe I did actually review this in a previous video, like in the last 2 videos, but I'm going to talk about it anyways. This is a new addition to my bookshelf. It says The New Dictatorship and What to Do About It. So it's a really cool book. It's really small, really palatable. And so this is one that I really recommend everyone pick up. The next book I have is called Made This Way. This book was actually gifted to me by a viewer. I own it in PDF form, but I never owned it in like hard copy. So a viewer actually sent it off to me. So I'm super thankful for that viewer. I believe his name is The Catholic Dad on Twitter. It's called Made This Way, How to Prepare Kids to Face Tough Moral Issues. So this talks about abortion. This is by Lila Miller and Trent Horn. So of course had to pick it up or had to have a hard copy of it. This book will be really helpful when we talk about like the political year that is coming up. I'm super excited. So I'm really hopeful that I'm not going to have these books stashed away for too long, because I really want to start engaging, talking about the political atmosphere very early on in our like time of election period. I don't want to wait till like the last months. I want us to be able to formulate our opinions and discuss our opinions for a long time coming, so that we are not just like once we're at the voting booth just choosing R or D, but we're actually there voting for issues that we actually believe in as Christians. The next book I have is called Catholicism and Fundamentalism by Carl Keating. I actually picked up this book after I picked up the book by Boatner called Roman Catholicism, which this book is basically in direct relation to that book. It's Carl Keating's response to Lorraine Boatner's book, Roman Catholicism, which I picked up thinking it was a Catholic book, but soon found out that it's an anti-Catholic book. So I was super excited to pick up this one, and I think I own 2 copies of this because this one is just so important to have on your bookshelf. Carl Keating has done wonders for the Catholic community when discussing and defending the faith, so it's such an honor to even just have a book of his on my bookshelf. He doesn't know who I am at all, but the fact that I have one of his books on my bookshelf, it just means the world to me in a weird way. I don't know, does anyone else feel that way about certain things that they own, that you're like, wow, I'm so proud that I own this? I don't know, it's weird. So guys, those are the next 10 books in my series of going through all of my Catholic books. Please be on the lookout for future videos in this series. They're going to be coming out faster and faster as I get on with my move. I'm actually going to sit down and continue to film right after I finish this video to go through my next Catholic 10 books. I also have all the books listed on my Catholic library template or Excel sheet that is linked down below. So if you guys want to know all the books that I own, please be sure to check out that Excel sheet. And I look forward to seeing you guys all in my next video. Bye.